Hello, in this video today we're going to take a quick look at terminal properties in AutoCAD Electrical 2010. As you can see here, I'm going to start out in the database. So this is actually the catalog database in AutoCAD Electrical 2010. What we can see here is that there are certain tables that start with underscore term props. These are going to be the tables within the catalog database that hold the terminal properties. This is very similar to the pin list that you've been working with in AutoCAD Electrical for years, if you've been working with AutoCAD Electrical for that long. It's all based upon catalog numbers. So you'll see I can assign properties on the fly to these terminals, or when I select the part number, it looks for an entry in these term props tables to see if there's any terminal properties to pull across with the part number when it's selected. So it can happen automatically for you as well. Let's scroll down and see if we can find a multi-level terminal here to actually take a better look at. So here we'll see we have the manufacturer, catalog number, and assembly code columns. This is just like the pin list. That's what will be used to match the part number information. So when I pick a part number, it's going to look to the term props table to try to find a match for that manufacturer, catalog number, and assembly code. And if it does, it's going to extract and assign those terminal properties to that terminal. You can see here I now have a column called levels. So that's just the number of levels. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then also the level descriptions. This is comma separated, so the first level will get the first description and a comma, then the second level will get the second description, then a comma, and so on. And those descriptions, level descriptions, could be whatever you wanted them to be. You can assign terminal pins, so these pin sets for left and right pins for each level of the terminal. And then the wires per connection. So this will come into play later when we take a look at Terminal Strip Editor. And we'll go into more detail then, but just know that this gives you the ability to designate how many wires can be connected per connection on each terminal or each level. In this case, you'll see most of them will say 2, and that again is a comma separated. So that's 2 for the first level and 2 for the second level. And lastly, there's a column that we can start to see called Internal Jumper. We'll cover this as well when we get into the program, when we get into AutoCAD Electrical. So let's go ahead and flip over and start to take a look at this here. I'm going to go in and select to insert terminal. I'm going to drop a terminal in, and we're going to see right away that there's a part number assigned to this, Siemens, and then there's the part number. And we can also see here in the Properties and Associations section that is pulling in and already defined as a 3-level terminal with a label or level description for each level of top, middle, and bottom. If we go into block properties, we'll see that we can see these properties that were again extracted from the catalog database based upon the part number that was selected. We have the number of levels, we have the level descriptions, the wires per connection, pin left and pin right for each level, and if we scroll over, we'll see a column called Internal Jumper. What exactly can I do with this? It's actually very nice, very simple. We have these two toolbar buttons up here, Assign Jumper and Delete Jumper. If I want to designate levels 1 and 3 as being jumpered together, I just simply come in here, select level 1, hold down Control, select level 2, select the Assign Jumper button, and you'll see the graphics placed within that column that are illustrating to you that levels 1 and 3 are now jumpered together. Very quick, very easy. Now let's take a look at these properties change. So I'm going to go in and select a different part number. I'm going to start out and make a move to Entrelec as the manufacturer. And this time we're going to pick a double deck terminal, a 2-level terminal. That way you can see the properties change. So you can see right now it's assigned as 3 levels, top, middle, and bottom. I'm picking a double deck part number. It pulls in those new properties. Now it's 2 levels, upper and lower. Very quick, very easy. This is how the properties work. You also, if you assign a terminal and it doesn't have properties assigned, if you pick a part number or you're not assigning part numbers yet, you can come into block properties and just simply assign the properties that you wish to have assigned to that terminal. You can assign the number of levels, you can assign the level description, the wires per connection, all that information I just went over. You don't have to have a part number assigned to have that data assigned or designated for this terminal. Now finally, how do we edit the database? If you're familiar with several other things in AutoCAD Electrical, we have database editors, so it keeps you from having to go out and go into Access and edit the database, or from even having to have access on your computer for that matter. So we'll go under the Other Tools panel on the Schematic tab of the ribbon, and here we'll see a group of database file editors. And the one that we're looking at right now for this particular segment is the Terminal Properties Database Editor. So as I select that, I'll be presented with a dialog that's going to allow me to just simply select the manufacturer I want to work with. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it at AB, and we can select Edit. Now I can come in here, I can add a new record, I can edit an existing, I can add a copy. That's nice. I can just select a record, add copy, and it's going to make a copy of that record and default all the information in this new record to the one that I had selected. Very quick, very easy. I can scroll down and we can see here a 3-level terminal. I can select Edit, and again the level descriptions are comma separated, the wires per connection are comma separated, our internal jumper is comma separated as well. You could put in the 1, 2, 3, and then that would jumper all 3 levels together. If you are working with, let's say, a 4-level terminal and you wanted levels 1 and 2 jumper together and levels 3 and 4 jumper together, in the internal jumper what you would put is 1, 2, semicolon 3, 4. So you have the comma separator, then the semicolon is going to separate the actual definitions. All this information is very quick and easy to get to with the help. So if I just select the help button, and we'll get it arranged here in our pane, and as you scroll down you'll start to see the pin numbers, the wires per connections, and then of course the internal jumpers, letting you know what I just described. So in a nutshell, that's terminal properties. Very quick, very easy. Again, they can either be assigned or associated with the catalog number and pulled in automatically when you assign the catalog number, or you can actually just simply assign the terminal properties on the fly.